because I think there's an opportunity at the resort for a much bigger impact on our food systems and on our community and on our staff. And at the end of the day, on our guests, which is what it's all about. But I think that we can tell a bigger story than we have been. I think for me, this is gonna sound funny, but for me, the most important thing about food is that it should be nourishing, not just filling. So I try to think about food the way that somebody would think about music, or the way that somebody would think about a piece of fine art, where you're building an entire composition. We've made such a pageantry of what we do to these ingredients that I think we've lost a lot of the core of it. My interest is really to get as close to the ingredient and the source as possible, and to honor that flavor and the kind of the magic of what nature has already done in creating something that we can live on, but also that we can be pleased by. And I think when we, as chefs and as cooks and as eaters in the world, acknowledge that it really starts with the best, and whatever we do to that kind of is going to start to take away, then you can enjoy food. Because otherwise you're just feeding yourself. You're putting calories on your plate, you're putting salt in your body, you're eating sugar so you get those dopamine pops. But you also have the potential to nourish yourself and to heal your body, and hopefully to heal yourself too as we eat through our trauma. In the last few years, I've watched the Alderbrook expand from the restaurant to almost a baby restaurant group, with the restaurant, and then Hook and Fork has opened, and now the drinkery in the lobby, the Gathering Grove, the culinary adventure tents we did over the winter. And we're playing around with a couple more ideas too. We've talked about a food truck, we've talked about a pop-up series taking place at different places on the resort. We are super fortunate in that we have ownership who love food and love to have fun. And so if we can come up with an idea and flesh it out, they're usually pretty willing to let the team run with it and see if it's got legs. We started with the goal of being a boutique oyster farm, selling to a handful of restaurants with direct distribution and a real eye for quality. Because one of the things that's most frustrating to me is when the oysters are running late on Friday, they come in and they're filthy. And my pantry cook now has to clear the dish pit to go spray off and scrub these oysters. And it takes time, it takes energy, and it usually will hamstring you. I wanted to make a better product. I wanted to have a cleaner clam, a better oyster. And so our goal was always to make a boutique product, not to wholesale, not to just strip the beach. We wanted to be stewards of the cove, and we wanted to create a better piece of the canal, because we want to make a place that is healthy, and that we want the actions that we take on the beach to improve the quality of that. So we've been working for the last 5 years with Department of Health, Department of Ecology, Fish and Wildlife, because the goal is we want to have at least a zero impact, if not a positive impact. And so part of that is working with the local tribes about the way we cultivate oysters. Food should be the one thing that we can all feel super good about. My entire craft and career is making food for other people. And if I can't do that in a way that makes you feel good when you leave the table, inside and out, then I haven't done my job right. Eating should be for me, it's the best thing you can do. It's fun, it's great to sit there with friends and share a platter of something, or to open the top of a pot pie, and that moment when it just comes out and it's this thick, steamy, you can smell the celery and you can hear the carrots growing in your head, and the little chickens running through your eyelids. We should all have that, whether or not you eat butter and flour, or if you are, living the keto lifestyle, or whatever you're into. Food's there to make you happy.